Hi, and welcome back to Learn English in Real Life. I'm Alex, and I'm glad you're here. Today we're talking about those tough, uncomfortable emotions we all feel but don't always know how to handle. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, before we go too far, let me say something important. Having negative emotions doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Feeling sad, angry, jealous, or anxious, it's all part of being human. In fact, these emotions can give us really valuable information. They help us know when something isn't right, when something needs to change, or when we need to protect ourselves. But sometimes, those emotions don't just visit us and go away. Sometimes, they stick around for days, weeks, or even longer. And when that happens, it can affect not only how we feel, but also how we live. It can make it harder to work, study, sleep, or even enjoy time with friends and family. That's why it's so important to understand these emotions, where they come from, why they happen, and what we can do about them. So, let's start with the basics. What are negative emotions? In simple words, negative emotions are feelings that are unpleasant or uncomfortable. They might make us feel bad, stressed, or upset. Some examples of these emotions include sadness, fear, anger, jealousy, guilt, regret, shame, loneliness, and even boredom or apathy, when we feel like we don't care about anything. Now, even though we call them negative, these emotions are not always bad. They can be completely normal responses to difficult situations. For example, if you lose something important to you, like a job, a friendship, or a pet, it's normal to feel sad or even hopeless. If someone treats you unfairly, it's normal to feel angry. If you're walking alone at night and you hear footsteps behind you, it's natural to feel fear. These feelings have a purpose. They exist to tell us something. Sadness helps us slow down and heal. Anger can motivate us to stand up for ourselves. Fear keeps us safe by making us alert. Even jealousy, which we often see as a very negative emotion, can tell us what we value or want in life. So again, the goal isn't to never feel these things. The goal is to understand them and know how to deal with them in a healthy way. But what happens when these emotions take over? What if they stay too long or become too strong? That's when problems can start. If you feel constantly anxious or sad, or if your anger feels out of control, these emotions can start to affect your mental and physical health. You might feel tired all the time, lose interest in things you used to enjoy, or have trouble sleeping. You might also feel isolated, like no one understands you. And unfortunately, if these feelings stay too long, they can be a sign of deeper problems like depression or anxiety disorders. So, where do these strong negative emotions come from? Why do they sometimes feel so powerful? Well, there are many reasons. One big cause is relationship conflict. When we have problems with friends, family members, co-workers, or romantic partners, it can create a lot of emotional stress. Arguments, betrayal, or lack of communication can lead to anger, sadness, jealousy, or fear of losing someone important. Another reason is unmet needs. As human beings, we all have needs for love, respect, safety, belonging, and more. When these needs aren't being met, maybe we don't feel appreciated at work, or we feel lonely even when we're with people. It can create a deep sense of frustration or emptiness. Poor coping skills are another major reason. Life is stressful. That's just a fact. But if we don't know how to deal with stress in healthy ways, it can easily turn into something worse. And sometimes, Instead of managing our feelings, we try to escape them. And this brings us to the next important part of this episode: unhealthy ways of coping. Let's be honest. When we feel bad, we just want the feeling to go away. And that's normal. But the way we try to fix the feeling can make a big difference. Sometimes, we fall into habits that feel helpful in the moment, but actually hurt us in the long run. One example is ignoring emotions. Have you ever told yourself, "I'm fine," when you're clearly not? Or pushed down your anger because you didn't want to deal with it? This is common, but it doesn't work well. When we ignore emotions, they don't disappear. They just wait inside us and often come out in other ways. Maybe we snap at someone we love, or we feel exhausted without knowing why. Another common reaction is rumination. That's a big word, but it means thinking about the same problem over and over again. Replaying arguments in your head, imagining different outcomes, or blaming yourself. Rumination keeps the negative emotion alive and makes it even stronger. It's like picking at a wound that never gets to heal. Some people deal with pain by avoiding it, staying away from people, places, or situations that trigger emotions. This might seem smart at first, but it often makes the emotion stronger and the world feels smaller. And sadly, some turn to destructive behaviors, like drinking too much, using drugs, or even harming themselves, just to escape the emotional pain. These behaviors don't fix the problem. They only make it worse over time. So, what can we do instead? How can we handle negative emotions in a healthy way? Let's talk about positive strategies. Real things that can help when you're feeling overwhelmed. The first and maybe most powerful tool is understanding your emotions. Take time to ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Where is this emotion coming from? What triggered it? Is it a specific event? Or maybe a thought I had? When you stop and really look at your feelings, they often become less scary. Understanding is the first step to change. For example, imagine you feel anxious before going to work. Maybe the feeling is about a difficult coworker, or fear of failure, or something from the past that's still bothering you. Understanding the root gives you power. The next step is to change what you can. You can't control everything, but you can often make small changes that help. If your job is stressful, can you set better boundaries or ask for help? If a relationship is toxic, can you speak up or step away? If you're having negative thoughts, can you challenge them and reframe them? There's a method for this called cognitive restructuring, and it helps you look at situations more realistically instead of just emotionally. But of course, you can't change everything. So the next tip is, don't get stuck on what you can't change. Instead, focus your energy where it makes a difference. You'll also want to find a healthy outlet. Emotions are energy. They need somewhere to go. Exercise is great. It helps release tension and creates feel-good chemicals in the brain. Meditation can help calm your thoughts and give you space. Creative activities like writing, drawing, or playing music can be very healing. And don't forget the power of fun and laughter. Watching a comedy or spending time with someone who makes you smile can completely change your emotional state. And here's something many people don't think about: accepting your emotions. That doesn't mean you like them. It means you stop fighting them. You allow yourself to feel angry, sad, or scared without judgment. And then you move forward. This is called emotional acceptance, and it helps you build resilience, the ability to bounce back. So, Let's pause here and recap. Negative emotions are normal. They tell you something is wrong. They are not bad, but they can become harmful if they stay too long or take control. Unhealthy coping, like ignoring, avoiding, or escaping, often makes things worse. Healthy coping means understanding your emotions, changing what you can, accepting what you can't, and finding good ways to release your feelings. Now here's the good news. You don't have to do this perfectly. Learning to manage emotions is a skill, like learning a new language or instrument. It takes practice, and it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. What matters is that you keep learning. Even people who seem strong or happy all the time have bad days. They get sad, scared, and angry too. But they've learned how to move through those emotions instead of getting stuck in them. You can do the same, and the more you practice, the stronger you'll get. Your emotional health matters. It shapes how you think, how you connect with others, and how you live your life. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by emotion, remember, that feeling is not forever. It's just information. Listen to it, learn from it, and take a small step toward feeling better. You've got this. That's it for today's episode of Learn English in Real Life. If this helped you, please follow the podcast and share it with a friend. We'll be back soon with another real-life topic to help you grow your English. And maybe grow as a person, too. Take care.